for joining us, faithful televiewers, for this Thursday's edition of Prime Flash on My Media Prime Television with me, Audrey Zatsa. 28-year-old Donkeng Seraphine has given up the ghost in a fire incident that broke out at her residence. The incident occurred on the night of June 14 at Ekangte Mbeng, a neighborhood in Kongsamba Mungo division of the Littoral region of Cameroon. Reports say Seraphine was asleep when the fire incident started, and her father's attempt to save her life proved futile. Alerted, the firefighting brigade was on the scene to extinguish the fire, while Seraphine had already passed away. And this is what is left of a residence in Dakar, a neighborhood in Douala, Cameroon's economic capital, after white flames engulfed the house. The incident occurred on Wednesday, June 15. No loss of life has been recorded. Elements of the Gendarmerie Brigade in Longkak in Yaoundé, Cameroon's political capital, have arrested a 38-year-old woman in Biemasi, precisely at a place called Biscuiterie. She was arrested on June 14 at 2 p.m. The latter, suspected of forgery of diplomas and birth certificates, was found in her home, which she transformed as an office, in possession of several of these fake documents. According to the law enforcement officers, a photocopier, desktops, some 4 USB keys containing counterfeit documents of banks, and other falsified justice documents were equally found on the spot. The lady is currently under custody as investigations continue. All vehicles in the northwest region are henceforth obliged to carry on via CEMAC plate numbers. This comes after a press release from the Northwest Governor's Office has put an end to all anonymous and chassis plate numbers circulating on or in the entire region. According to a press release signed June 15, 2022, all senior divisional officers have been charged to implement the order in their divisions. Onto something else, Esu Marinette, a girl assaulted by 3 others in Boya, southwest region of Cameroon over a man, has given her own version of the story. She was prime as guest yesterday, a show presented by Kum Leonard, but before then she was speaking with our regional correspondent Emmanuel Assi. Let's get her report.
Gone through medical examinations and treatments paid by her family, Esu Marinette has been discharged and now ready for her case in court. For the first time after the incident, she narrates to the press what happened to her in her boyfriend's house.
It happened like on the 8th of June 2022. Came with a bottle saying, so I'm the guy, which I'm the lady which is dating the guy, that kind of thing, saying all kind of things. The lady and all the 4 sisters were inside the house. They left the room. They brought out mortar pistol, sticks. They asked me that if I don't naked my body, they will choke me here and throw my body outside. Nobody will look at me.
In shock after the whole thing, Marinette's father, Awurumbi David from Limbe, explained his own side of the story, noting that no one is against the law.
Pikin for go hospital, police they deny. They don't say my pikin don't for go follow my woman. So as I come there now, they send my pikin community health center. We go for them, or spend money to make it and so on. So I will look this and say, look and say, no person, every person will not get power past law inside Cameroon.
But where are they on this case? Barrister Lotabe Evans, lead counsel on the case, talks.
The matter is before the court of first instance, Boya, at that is court 3 for preliminary investigation. Preliminary investigation is like some sort of starting the matter at the level. That is why during preliminary investigation they will question the parties that this matter can no longer go to police or any other authorities.
It should be noted that the perpetrators of the act, described by many as inhumane and sad, are currently awaiting trial at the Boya Central Prison.
The divisional officer of Mbanga in Mungo Division Littoral region has called on the population to collaborate with defense and security forces to curb growing insecurity. He was speaking recently during a meeting with his people, as Fon Quinta tells us.
Officer of Mbanga echoed the message in Matuke village, where a gendarme officer was reportedly killed. He began his visit in Matuke at a spot where the gendarme officer identified as Zimbe Zema Herman was killed by unidentified men. According to sources, the victim was ambushed and killed on his way to Pendamboko, while he stopped to cross a pool of standing water. Sources further revealed that his motorcycle was taken away by the unidentified men. At Matuke village, where the population gathered to welcome the divisional officer, he decried the inability of the population to denounce security threats in that community.
We don't need to blame the only vigilante group.
We don't need to blame the vigilante group. You all are involved because it is a very serious case. Those guys cannot come into this village without even the bike riders noticing their presence. I'm sure some of the bike riders transported them. Those boys spent the night in the bush, and I don't want to believe no one saw them, not even farmers.
When I know we tell me say people then fit come up with some place where no farmer never see them.
The divisional officer who was in Matuke village to raise awareness called on traditional rulers to be vigilant, report to the military whenever there is a stranger in the community, as this move will help fight insecurity. Investigations have been opened to track down killers of Zimbe Herman, whose remains have been deposited at the mortuary of the military hospital in Douala, Littoral region of Cameroon.
As part of measures to fight urban disorder and congestion, administrative and municipal authorities in Yaoundé have launched a campaign to seize motorbikes of those who violate the ban on entering certain neighborhoods. Nicole Taco has details.
The administrative and municipal authorities are planning to confiscate motorbikes on those who violate the ban on driving in the center of the political capital. After sensation, support and tolerance, the administrative authorities have decided to take a gear by auctioning bikes that have been seized. The DO of the Mfundi division, Emmanuel Mariel, has taken measures to ban the circulation of motorbikes and enabling the use of taxi in the center of the city in Yaoundé. Despite these measures, motorbike drivers have continued to ride in prohibited areas, and as a result, the authorities have taken the resolution to ensure the enforcement of the ban. As seen on the main roads leading to the city center, the forces of law and order have prevented the entering of motorbikes towards the urban center. Also, to reinforce these rules, the sanctions is increasingly heavy and seized bikes will not be refunded. Prohibited from circulating in the city center, the motorbikers have been sent back to areas where taxi vehicles do not arrive. It should be noted that these measures were put in place because of the indiscipline, congestion and risks to which these bike riders expose to the population. To add to this, some people use these motorbikes to commit acts of banditry such as assault and theft, while others snatch bags and mobile phones from users of the public highway.
And in sports, the official poster for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar has been unveiled. This was during a special event at Hamad International Airport near Doha and will remain at the gate D18 throughout the competition, as officials say. The poster focuses on football itself and footballers, with Cameroon's own Karl Toko Ekambi featuring at the center among other players. The poster consists of a player from all 32 countries that have qualified for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. That was it for today's edition of Prime Flash, produced by Elvis, Modika. Thanks for watching, faithful viewers. We take the rendezvous for tomorrow, same time, 9:30 a.m. Meanwhile, stay glued for more programs on The African Eye. Bye.